Hey guys, Nicholai I'm back at you with another reaction to Twitter sphere. This time we're reacting to Erick Ybarra's claim that iconography is a development of doctrine. Now again, he just picks and chooses his sources. There's plenty of Orthodox theologians and well-regarded ones who would not agree with the assessment of Father Andrew Loth, um, professor of Byzantine theology and history. Um, there's plenty that would not agree with that, and there's plenty of Orthodox theologians that get things wrong. So that's the first problem. Second problem is we're going to read this. Father Andrew Loth, professor of Byzantine theology and history and a Russian Orthodox presbyter, comments on how obvious, he doesn't say obvious, it is to the history and that the iconology of Nicaea II cannot be found in the church fathers of the 4th century. This is just not true. I mean, we overtly see it. Um, Ironically, contrary to what Orthodox might say, this quotation comes from an essay where Lowell sought to argue against Newman's idea of doctrinal development. Even with Newman's essay, so if it's from an essay trying to debunk doctrinal development, perhaps it would be relevant to like read the entire essay or the entire book and not just take out a snippet where he maybe questions these things out loud. We'll also respond to Kevin Ferdinand, who has been on a streak lately trying to prove his position, which they're just both of these people are just dishonest actors. They've had numerous responses that have been really robust, and they just kind of ignore them. A Byzantine scholar of Orthodox Russian still notices the absence of full-fledged iconographic practice in the early Christianity. So there's a few things that need to be understood. First off, no one is saying that the art and the practice of icon creation hasn't seen some development. It is that the principle and the spirituality and the theology undergirding icons and defending the use of images in this way has always been what's taught to the church. That's the first problem. And that's assuming even if we take the most gracious interpretation of their view. I would argue it's the opposite. I would argue that we have plenty of evidence of icon veneration in the early centuries, even before the 4th century. The Hidden History of Christian Art is a great book. Early Icons by Michael Garton very clearly demonstrated as well. And he's getting a volume 2, so clearly there's enough resources out there to suggest that you're just wrong in your interpretation here. Second, Erick knows that we don't base our theology or our entire paradigm around one random scholar from Oxford. First off, most of our best theologians are not in the West. Most of them are going to be in Russia itself. Most of them are going to be from Mount Athos, Thessaloniki, Greece, and places of that, and Orthodox cradle countries. And so I don't know why should we trust Andrew Loth more than anyone else? Makes no sense. Secondly, the Catholics who are trying to attack Nicaea II, which is exactly what they're doing, attacking icon veneration, because they have to defend their doctrine of development of doctrine, which is a accretion, obviously, and obviously false. They have to defend that. So in their effort to do that, they're calling the church fathers of the Seventh Council, not just one or two, all of them that agreed to it, liars. Because what did they agree to? They said, this is all the councils say this. This is what's been passed down to us from the apostles. And that's a very clear thing. So to say anything else besides that, the rest of their arguments can be completely debunked and dismissed. Period. End of story. If you're going to call the Seventh Ecumenical Council church fathers essentially liars, I just have nothing to do with you. So that's all that needs to be said. I mean, straight up, I don't need to go and dig into resources. I don't need to get you a compendium of a bunch of church father quotes. I can just say You're calling the church fathers of the Seventh Ecumenical Council and the saints of the Seventh Ecumenical Council liars. You're dismissed. Bye-bye. I'm not taking you seriously as a Catholic. Sorry. Goodbye. See ya. We're never talking again on this issue. You've ended yourself. That's all that needs to be said. Anyways, guys, like, share, and subscribe.